students, I hope you all are fine over there. In the previous video, we have studied about simple permanent tissue. Now, in this video, we are going to about complex permanent tissue. And as if you remember that we have studied that plant tissue, they are of two types, simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissue. So simple permanent tissue we have already studied in our previous video, and in that we have studied about sclerenchyma, collenchyma, parenchyma, and we have studied about protective tissues also, that is epidermis and cork. Now in this video we are going to study about complex permanent tissues. Now what are complex permanent tissues? The complex tissues, they consist of more than one type of cell and they have a common origin. All these cells, they coordinate to perform a common function. So complex tissue, they transport water, mineral salts and food material to various parts of the plant body. So why they are called complex permanent tissue? Because they are made up of more than two type of cells, but they are performing a common function and they have the common origin. Now complex permanent tissues, they can be of two types, that is xylem and phloem. If you remember, xylem and phloem you have studied in 7th standard also and in 8th standard also about xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem, they are the tissues which are responsible for transferring food and water to all parts of the plant. Like xylem, it helps in conducting water and minerals, and phloem, it conducts organic solutes of food material. Now xylem tissues, they are of four types: xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem fibers, xylem parenchyma. And phloem tissues, they are of four types: sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. So one by one so complex permanent tissues, they are made up of more than one type of cells, but they are performing a common function. Now, as I told you that there are two type of complex permanent tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem, it consists of tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So these are the four type of cells which are present in xylem tissue. Now, except xylem parenchyma, all other xylem elements, they are dead and they are bounded by thick lignified walls. Out of these four type of cells, the most important cells are vessels. Vessels, they are shorter and they are wider than tracheids. Vessels are very tube-like structures. They are formed by a row of cells placed end to end. Now tracheids, they are elongated cells with tapering ends. They also conduct water. Since tracheids, they do not have an open ends like the vessel, so the water that has to pass from cell to cell via the pits. Now xylem parenchyma, they store food and they help in lateral conduction of water. Now in phloem, it consists of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. These are the four kind of cells which are present in the phloem tissue. Now the sieve tubes and companion cells, they transport food from leaves to all part of the plant, and phloem parenchyma, they store food and fibers which help in the support. Now out of the four, except phloem fibers, all the phloem cells, they are living cells. So phloem fiber in phloem, it is a dead cell, it is made up of dead cell, and rest all, that is the companion cells, sieve tubes and phloem parenchyma, they all are living cells. Differences between xylem and phloem. Xylem, it contains mainly dead elements, means all the cells which are present in xylem tissue, they are dead except the xylem parenchyma, which are living cells. Now in phloem, phloem is made up of all the living cell except phloem fibers, which are dead. Now two type of conducting elements, tracheids and vessels, are found in xylem, but only one type of conducting element, namely sieve tubes, are present in phloem. Xylem, it conducts water and minerals from root to stem and leaves, and in phloem, it transfers prepare food from leaves to storage organs and growing parts of plant body. Now conduction is mostly unidirectional in case of xylem, means it is from roots to apical parts of the plant. But in phloem, we will see that the conduction may be bidirectional. Bidirectional means that is from leaves to storage organs or growing parts, or from storage organs to growing parts of plant. Next, it also provides mechanical support strength to the plant. So xylem, they are also providing mechanical strength to the plant, but phloem, they are not providing mechanical strength to the plant. Only phloem fibers, they are providing mechanical strength to the. Now let's see the different type of animal tissue. till here we have studied about the plant tissue. Now we will study about different type of animal tissues. So in this category you are going to study about the epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nervous tissue. So one by one we are going to study about all of. First we will study about epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues, they line the outer surfaces of organs and blood vessels throughout the body of animal, as well as the inner surfaces of cavities in many internal organs. Hence it is also called as covering tissue. Now epithelial tissues, they are the simplest tissue which are present in the animal body. It is the protective tissue of the animal body. The cells of this tissue, they are very tightly packed and they form a continuous sheath. Cells of epithelium, they contain very little or no intercellular matrix. Why they don't contain any intercellular matrix? Because the cells in this tissue, they are very compactly packed. The tissue, they covers most organs and cavities within the body. It also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. The skin and lining of buccal cavity, blood vessels, alveoli and kidney tubules, they are made up of epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissue, they may be simple, that is composed of a single layer of cells, or they may be stratified, that is made up of several layers of cells. Now, in this chapter, we will study about different type of epithelial tissues, that is simple squamous, simple cuboidal, simple columnar, transitional, stratified squamous, stratified cuboidal, pseudo-stratified columnar. So, but first let's study about the functions of epithelial tissue. Surface epithelial cells, they protect the underlying cells from mechanical and chemical injuries and bacterial or viral infections. That is why they are also known as a protective tissue of our body. Now, the epithelial tissue that are present in the intestine, they help in the absorption of water and nutrients. Some epithelial tissues, they produce secretions like sweat, saliva, mucus, enzyme, tears, etc. Now, the epithelial tissues that are present in our kidney tubules, they help in the excretion of waste products. Epithelial tissues of alveoli of lungs, they help in the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and inhaled air. Epithelial cells are having cilia also, which help in the movement of various material like dust particle in nasal passages, mucus in the respiratory tract and urine in the urinary ferrous tubule. These tissue, they facilitates rapid healing of wounds because of their regeneration power. So this is all about the functions of epithelial tissues. In our next video we are going to study about different kind of epithelial tissues. So thank you.